When it comes to the island, pearl caves are everywhere, so we proudly present top 3 pearl caves with full base designs on the island. Coming at number 3 is the Small Pearl Cave. Now this can be found at 53.3 latitude and 99.4 longitude, and then here it is on the map. Now this one is actually pretty small and is meant for more of a solo player. Now if you are a smaller tribe, you can technically fit in here, however I would not recommend it as it's going to be very tight and very compact. So here's the entrance. You basically got to look for this just giant rock down here. It's going to be covered in some seaweed, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to find. So anyways, here is the entrance. Here's what it looks like right here. You basically just go through this little hallway, and it is a decently wide hallway, so you have to keep that in mind for just base defense on the outside. As you can fit some turtles in here and then some water dinos, but not all of them. But once you come in here, it's just a bigger little kind of water room, as you can see there. And then over here you have a nice little platform. Now the platform's not insanely big, but it is decently flat. You have a decent amount of room. If you build compact, you can fit a lot of stuff in here. Now if you're looking to do some like water breeding, it's a great little base for you for that. However, if you breed any other dinos in here, you're gonna run out of room very quickly. So I recommend this as just a nice little storage base or just a nice little area. Just hide a lot of loot from your main base, if you want to say that. This can also be a great little hiding spot if somebody is trying to hunt you down. So I would highly recommend building in these, and there's actually 3 of these on the map. So go ahead and try to find the other ones, but this is my favorite one because of the location. Now here is the full base design. So for the exterior side of this, I decided to not do anything as it kind of gives away the location of this. However, I would highly recommend doing so. The only issue with that is with turret limit. Since I only have a 100 turret limit on here, I just decided to build strictly right here on the inside. So as you can see down there, we have 3 turrets just to kind of stop any wandering players, along with a lot of little wall turrets, all that are also underwater. It's going to stop the majority of players from even swimming in here in the first place, and it's really going to let you know that you're being raided. So whenever you come in here, you have a massive turret wall. I decided to keep this only heavies and strictly heavies, because if you're living in here, let's be real, you're probably not going to have tech yet unless you're just on more of like a boosted server, if you want to say that. So anyways, coming in here, as you can see, it's built on pillars, which is a nice little strategy for this, but keep in mind there is 6x turret damage in here. But coming in here, you have a nice little compact base with some fabricators, chem benches, smithies, a nice little indie forge right there, some ramps leading up to your second area, a nice little vault wall right there, which honestly for a solo is more than enough. You also have a refrigerator over there, because why not? It's extra storage and it fits there perfectly. Now coming up here, you have some refrigerators and then your main electrical generator right there. Now coming up into this little ladder area, here's your main logout room and just your little hatchery, your breeding area, basically all that good stuff. So you have an indie grinder over there, a nice little hatchery right there, a cooker, a grill, a bed, and then some more of your refrigerators. But yeah, it's a nice little compact base. There's also some more vaults over there in the corner. You can work, I would say honestly, I would fit like a 3-man tribe in here, 3 to 4-man tribe, but it makes for a really good location. This video is sponsored by my servers Dino Deluxe. We just released servers for ARK Survival Ascended. We have 3 maps right now, which are a main PvP server, a 6-man PvP server, and then a main PvE server. Our servers offer 5x harvesting rates to keep it as close to official as we can without the long grind. We also offer 10 times taming, so you won't be waiting hours for a dino to tame up. You see, Dino Deluxe also offers 20x breeding, so that giga that you wanted to raise on official won't take you 1 to 2 weeks to raise up. Check out Dino Deluxe today by simply typing Dino Deluxe in your search bar on the unofficial tab. Coming at number 2, this is basically our medium pearl cave. It can be found at 3.9 latitude and 17.8 longitude. Now this pearl cave is the most popular one on the island, mainly because everybody has heard of this or everyone has lived in this at some point of their time on ARK. Now as you can see, the entrance is a little bit bigger ever since the new map is fully out, so you have a lot more to defend there. However, the interior up here is a little bit more compact. Now, the only issue that I'm having with building in here is these giant spikes. The spikes are everywhere and you cannot build into them. I mean, like you can for some of them, but most of them you really can't. So building in here, again, is going to be a little bit of a difficulty, but being underwater, a lot of people are not going to really mess with you as much. So as you can see, there's a decent amount of room in here, but you're going to want to build layers as it kind of builds up into a nice little curve. Now this is a nice little snow cave, so keep in mind that it's a little bit cold, so you're going to need some air conditioners, but you're not going to need as much as like living in the straight up snow, which is super nice. But yeah, living in here is definitely a fun one. I've built on here on many servers, and it's been a lot of fun to work with. So I would highly recommend this one if you're a bit of a bigger tribe, again, maybe 4 to 6 man. It works out for a really good spot. Now up here is another little kind of area where you can put your entrance. That's where I'm going to be putting my entrance. Mainly because it makes more sense, and then it keeps people from trying to break into the main wall, because we're going to have that thing fault dropped. But that water entrance is super nice. If you can defend it right, it'll make for a really good base location. Now here is the full base design. As you can see on the exterior, I decided to go ahead and put down some mines. The mines are really meant to just stop any downers from trying to rush up on your wall to take that thing down. Even though it's a very tiny wall, it's still very powerful with those tech turrets. Now coming in here, you have a nice little honeycomb along with some ground turrets back in here, which consists of 3 tech turrets and 3 heavies. It's basically just going to stop anybody from really wandering in there and just kind of claiming that area. Now up here is your really just honestly terrifying part of your base. It's your main turret wall and lots of ground turrets. This thing is going to scare a lot of people off, and it's going to be a very, very difficult raid. I highly recommend building some more stuff in here just to kind of stop any grenades from getting in. Because like I said, most of these caves are 6x damage, so you really want to keep that in mind. Now up here you have your main entrance into the base, which is built with 2 hidden wall doors, which are an awesome little add-on with the new ARK. I love these. They're honestly pretty nice. So anyways, coming in here, you have a nice little platform for some smaller dino storage, if you can really fit anything in here, to be honest with you, or just some extra room for you to build stuff. But over here, you have your nice little hatchery. You have a good amount of egg incubators. Not incubators, air conditioners. Forgot about that. They're not in the game yet. And then over here, you have a nice little tech teleporter that is a medium one, along with the transmitter, and then 2 vaults for that transmitter. You have a tech Jenny over here in the kind of like leftish corner. It's really honestly pretty central, just chilling right there. You have some Deddy storages right there. If you want to build more, it's really up to you. You have some refrigerators, some chem benches, fabricators, lots of vaults, and then a main indie forge. You also have another little teleporter right there. Now yes, fitting a replicator in here is very, very hard to do, but it is possible. But I decided to just leave it out for my build. And finally, coming at number 1, we have our main central pearl cave. This can be found at 1.6 latitude and 97.8 longitude. Now this thing is absolutely insane. Now ever since new ARK, it's not really as good as it used to be. It's been patched up a lot. They really added a lot more stuff into it, so it's a little bit harder to build in here, but still very possible. There's still a ton of room in here. However, this entrance is very difficult to defend. So as you can see, this entrance kind of spans all the way down and actually has a second opening over here, which is kind of a pain to work with. However, you build some nice little underwater turret towers down there, and you're chilling. I mean, I wouldn't really worry about it too much. So anyways, coming in here, as you can see, it's kind of a mess. It's not like it used to be with old ARK. So the new ARK, you know, you have all these spikes, you have that giant crystal in the middle. You didn't used to have that. They used to be actually pushed farther back in there. The cave was actually a little bit bigger. It's a little bit more compact now. However, still a decent amount of room to work with. So we're going to have to build multiple layers in here for sure. But there's a lot of room in the back here. So I'm thinking we could put a nice little central like log out room and a nice crafting station back here, and possibly put a giant turret wall. I'm not fully sure what we're going to do with that yet. Down here, probably like a tech Jenny in that area. It's not too big. You can easily fit that. And then I don't know where we're going to put a teleporter, but I'm sure I can squeeze one in somewhere, considering that there's some smaller tech teleporters now. But that crystal's for sure going to get in the way. But let's see what we can do. And finally, here is the full base design. Now before you guys judge me on this exterior, with my 100 turret limit, I was not able to build anything out here. So again, if your turret limit is higher, build something out here for sure. I just wasn't able to. But anyways, in here we have some nice little ground turrets to kind of stop any wandering players like usual. And then this massive turret wall. Make sure to push your turret wall farther back so people cannot rocket launcher in or really try to take down that wall easily. You want to make sure that players cannot get to that turret wall, especially with that 6x damage. So we decided to go ahead and put some double door frames right here just to kind of stop dinos from basically getting up to that wall. It's not going to stop them entirely, but it's definitely going to slow them down. So coming in here, you have a nice little honeycomb entrance like usual, and then some ramps that are leading onto your first platform. This first platform has a tech transmitter. You can store a couple dinos there, but not too much. But yeah, as you guys can see, this place is absolutely massive. So you have a lot of chem benches, some nice little daddy storages right there, a nice little cooker, a grill, some refrigerators, a nice little hatchery over there. But again, you're probably not going to be raising a lot of things in here until cryopods come out in the first place. Anyways, over here you have a nice little crafting station, but it's spanned out on 3 layers. I was not able to fit everything on 1 layer, which is kind of unfortunate, but it still does work. So if you're on a boosted server, highly recommend that kind of layout. But if you're on more of an unofficial or like official server, it's going to be a little bit tricky to work with. You have your tech generator over there in the corner. I managed to fit a tech teleporter right there. But anyways, on this first layer, you have your fabricators. Your second layer is your indie forges and smithies. Then your third layer are your replicators. You have some daddy storages here as well, just for some extra storage, because why not? I mean, you can never go wrong with extra storage. You also have your indie grinder over here as well. Just going to help with some XP, of course. And then you have your main vault room. It's not that big, so I would highly recommend building another layer and putting some more vaults down. I just wasn't really able to. But if you're good with this amount of vaults, then hey, stick with it. It makes for a pretty good, nice little area for some storage. Now above this, as you can see, there is a ladder. That is a nice little log out room for you and your entire tribe. You also have some personal vaults in here, and then some beds. But yeah, so anyways, that's it for the top 3 pearl caves on the island. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.